Hello everyone. Welcome back to Caitlin's Corner. Today I am so thrilled to be sharing April's plan with me. I think this month's spreads are actually probably some of my favorite for 2019. So I personally think you're in for a treat. Be sure to grab a beverage and a snack and let's do this planning thing. I'm starting off with a month at a glance, and I pretty much went with the basic rectangle, situation. The actual planning portion of the spread is quite minimalist, but what I do around it, which you're going to see in a few seconds, is what I think really pulls it together and turns it into something a little bit different and pleasing to the eye. But April is going to be a busy month for me. It is my final season, so I will be studying a lot and just honestly wrapping up my undergrad. Kind of crazy that I'm saying that, but that is happening. On the top right, I made a little sticky note doodle, and that's going to be a section for me to write any to-dos that I have for the month. So probably like YouTube video ideas or any just life things that I need to make sure get done in April will be put there. What you're seeing me draw now is what I like to call shape confetti. This is just a ton of different shapes sprinkled all over the place. Little symbols and rectangles and triangles and all that fun stuff, zigzag lines. These images, or this image of doing like some sort of shape confetti, was what I had first pictured in my mind when I was thinking about April spreads. I wanted to choose a theme that wasn't the traditional spring theme like flowers or bees, but that was still springy and could incorporate really bright colors, because I am really excited for the nicer weather to be coming here, especially because as a Canadian, I have dealt with a serious winter. So it's nice to finally hear birds chirping and not have to wear a parka every time I want to go to the grocery store or grab a coffee. It's a fun time. This spread really got pulled together when I colored in the shapes though. I am using Tombows to color them in, and I will actually link all of the colors, the specific colors I'm using, in the description box below in case any of you want to get the same ones because you like this color combo. I couldn't be more pleased with how this turned out. The next spread is also very different. It is a gallery wall, and I am using this gallery wall to show or to write lists for my spring cleaning. So I'm going to have a spring cleaning rooms to clean list and a spring cleaning supplies list. And the rest is going to be filled with just random images that you would find in a gallery wall. This was another thing that just kind of popped into my head, and I thought, a gallery wall could be fun, a little bit different method of writing a list than just a traditional list format, which I feel like I've done so many times. So I wanted to get a little creative with this one. Now, this is a spread that is absolutely a bit more time consuming to put together, but I do really like the fact that you can customize it to fit your personality or even your decor style. I have a quote here that says, "But first coffee because I love coffee." And there's a little city skyline situation because I live in Toronto. I did some plants and flowers because they're easy to draw. So you can really choose to create whatever images that you want. You could even print some images online and paste them in to make it actually seem like a mini gallery wall within your bullet journal. If you wanted to go crazy, you could do a wallpaper design on the background or color in that background to be a certain paint color that you like. The one thing I would change about my version of this spread, if I were to do it again, is I would probably spend a little bit more time on making the lists themselves look a little bit more visually pleasing so that they seem like a piece of art within the gallery wall. I think that would have been a little bit nicer of a touch, but overall, quite impressed that the execution of this turned out so well, because I wasn't sure how well it would translate onto paper, but it's definitely inspired me to just experiment more in the future with spreads and just see if an idea pops into my head, just to try and see what it would look like on paper, because I'm someone who often will get bored with the same old. So I was kind of craving this month just some new stuff, and this really satisfied my craving. The next spread is a TV shows I'm going to watch in the spring spread, and honestly, this spread was entirely inspired by the fact that Game of Thrones is returning. I am so excited, and as you're going to see in a couple seconds, I am pasting a Game of Thrones meme that I think is actually hilarious, because if you watch the show, then you're well aware of what this meme relates to. I'm sure many of you have watched it at this point. If you are excited for the new season, please let me know in the comment section below. And I'm just pasting that into the TV because it looks like that's what I'm watching on the television. And below the TV doodle is where I'm writing the different shows that I'm looking forward to. So Game of Thrones is on there. Jane the Virgin, that just came back this week. Any Jane the Virgin fans here? Because I'm not going to, again, spoil anything, but how crazy is this season going to be? I am not ready for that show to be over. Queer Eye, Kim's Convenience, Schitt's Creek, just a handful of the shows that I'm really into lately. When I asked you guys on Instagram what spreads you wanted to see in April's Plan With Me, an overwhelming amount of you asked for a spending tracker. So I created one, and it's probably one of the cutest versions of the spread that I've done in a while. At the top, there's a credit card / debit card little doodle. The bar on the left represents the total amount of money you have to spend throughout the month. And you can use this as kind of like a budgeting opportunity at the beginning of the month to allocate how much of your money is going to go to different categories. And then kind of self-explanatory for a spending tracker, you just keep track of all of your spending in the different categories, and hopefully you don't go over budget in any area because you will have already made a plan for how you're going to allocate that money. If you need more space, you could definitely make this easily a 2-page spread or a 3-page spread. And I thought this was also a really great opportunity to incorporate the colors that were in my month at a glance as well. Another super highly requested spread was a menu planner. So the framework of the spread is very simple. Each day of the week has a breakfast, lunch, and dinner section for you to plan out what meals that you want to do. There's a grocery list area on the right page and a section to write down base ingredients that you need to prep, like quinoa or beans or cutting up your veggies, that sort of thing. It serves as a good reminder of what things you need to do on your meal prep day. I know many of you have enjoyed watching my meal prep videos in the past. You can definitely expect more of them in the future, especially once I'm done school and I have more time to film them. But if you have any recipe suggestions, vegetarian recipe suggestions, please let me know, because one thing I want to do next time is try out some new recipes. And ladies and gents, we're approaching the end here with the weekly spread. I went to my favorite vertical layout. There is a vertical column for each day of the week, and then there's also a to-do list one, so that I would have had an even amount of columns on each page, because that's one thing that bugs me about the week, is that it has 7 days, which makes it hard to plan things out in your bullet journal because it's an odd number. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that, but I do. So the to-do list becomes the other day of the week. And at the top, I brought in that confetti, that shape confetti that I did for the month at a glance. I just really love this look, and I love the fact that it is something that anyone can do because it's just shapes. So if you can draw a rectangle and a little baby circle or a triangle, you can do this pattern, and that's a magical thing. I love things that look harder to do than they actually are. And at the top, I wrote the days of the week. At the bottom, I wrote out the number of each day of the month. So April starts on a Monday this year, so we started off with the 1st. And I also did a divider so that I can write down any events for each day of the week at the top and do like mini to-do lists for each day below that. So that pretty much wraps up this month's plan with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it's my favorite of 2019 so far. Hopefully you agree. If you do, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are always notified when a new video goes live. I love seeing my notification squad in the comments when videos go up. If you haven't had a chance to say hello in the comments yet, I'd also really love to hear from you. Let me know your favorite spread for April. I think mine might be the weekly spread. I love the confetti and the month at a glance, so they both have the shape confetti, but I really like the spending tracker too. It's a toss-up. I will see you all very soon with a new video, and until then, bye everyone.